Well, it's been a long time, Sticky Monster Lab collectors, but the new series has come out. This is Volume 4. There are some illegal volumes out there, by the way, if you want to search my channel for SML. So, let's see. Anything here? There's a secret one that looks like a fire, but we'll have to see if I get that. Probably not. Excuse me. I'm looking for a date. No. It's really weird that, you know, collectibles don't have dates on them, so you don't know how old they are in the future. It's really strange. Okay, there should be 12 figures in here, and they're all around camping, so let's find out. I bought this locally. So I'm going to open one box, and then just to show what the packaging looks like, and then I'll just cut them all open. But I'm not gonna rearrange the order here because you know, maybe if someone else orders a case, we might be able to figure out if there's rhyme or reason to how these things are packaged. They're probably totally random, but all right, I'm gonna start with this one. So this one has a TH logo because that's the country I bought it in. And again, no date there. Really strange. There's a hologram of authenticity there. A bunch of QR stuff. Oh, and here's some illustrations, line work of the other figures. And so again, the secret one is literally a fire. And it makes sense because they all look like they're sitting around a campfire. So you just do this. And all of them should weigh around the same. So some of them have more or less desiccant because they don't want you to guess the weight of a figure. You know, so they try to even them out. So clearly this is the bird one, but this is not the normal bird one. This is a new color one. It's called Beige Birdmon, and it seems to be fishing. So then this, I'm gonna assume this bag is to keep it from X-rays, maybe? It's awfully thin though. I think a real airport X-ray would easily see through this. Because, I don't know. Otherwise it's unnecessary because of the box itself. But maybe some people would try to peek in the box. And so the way they segmented these bags is to keep the paint from scratching itself. So I think that's a good idea. We get a good old set of skizzeronis. Wow, that literally has a fishing line on it. So we'll take a close look at this one here. So it's definitely beige or tan. It's two versions of tan, a light and a darker one. You got a really pointy nose. I think that nose is a separate piece because the color separation is so good, and it looks like it might actually be recessed in the face a little bit. The face itself is just printed black, and it's right on the surface of the head. There's a nice SML logo over there, and the hat has a nice waviness to it. I believe there's a physical break between the head and the tail, and that's how they got the color separation so good. They're literally separate pieces. The legs are glued in there, and then there's a little triangular SML badge behind that arm, and then a pocket printed on there. This has a little line on the printing though. Maybe it wasn't the best effort. What's weird is there's no SML logo here, which I've seen on other ones. So, so there's a log here. It's hollowed out on the bottom to save on plastic and probably help it cool better. It's a little stump, you know, a limb of a tree branch, and they printed on the tree 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 5-year-old log apparently, so that's nice. And then there's actually a little fishing bucket here, and it's got a face and legs as well. The handle though, no, it doesn't seem to want to fold down. So maybe there's like an index in there, so you probably don't want to push it. You'll probably just snap it. It's a rigid plastic, but it is hollow. Then the fishing rod, it literally has a fishing line and then a little bobber, you know, a float on it. So I think that's really cool. So let's just pop this in here and twist it in, maybe. That probably helps twisting. Goes through both hands. You can even go a little bit further, right? So maybe that's too far though. You might want to take some hot water or something, or to bend this line in a more natural shape. Yeah, well, for now I'll just leave it the way it is. And then this has a recess here for the butt of the bird, and it just is supposed to sit there and like that, so that's pretty cool. Let me put this aside. So we know the bird was in the first one. Let me get this out of here. So I'm going to open all these, and then we'll see which ones are in here. I'll just pull out the... Okay, all unbagged. So, oh boy, how to lay these out. I guess I'm going to start in this back corner and push them aside. So, we're going to start with Sausage Mon. So, it's an orange color. Obviously, the flat face is printed alright. It's got a color, and then again a physical break, I think, between the head and the shirt. And that's why it's so well separated. The arms and legs are separate pieces. And then the baseball, or I guess kind of like a baseball cap, but a camping version. And it seems to have this triangular SML logo again. That's a theme running across. But yeah, no copyright indication there. So same old log. Everyone seems to get the same log. Let me put that over there. And we'll put Sausage Mon down for a second. Well, look at this. The log. Oh, I see. They made it so the character leans forward. Hopefully you can see that. Let me move this log perpendicular to the camera. See, the feet are like in the air, but once you let it go, it's leaning forward, like towards a campfire. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Alright, so the accessories for this Sausage Mon is a pair of tongs, and there's actually some flex to them, which is kind of nice. And then there's a smoker grill or something. It looks like a smoker because of the stack, but I think it opens, and look at that. It's got three little babies in there with faces printed on there. Unfortunately, this thing doesn't seem to want to open further. I'm afraid of breaking it. There might be a physical stop. Yeah, if you open it too much, you're going to break off the hinges. I think it's literally colliding right there. So that's unfortunate, but I guess it makes sense. Anyways, there's a silver grill, and hopefully you can see, maybe not, but there's faces on those sausages. I'm just trying to get an angle so you can see them, but unfortunately, hold on. It's really hard to, there we go. So faces on the sausages are hot dogs and the grill itself. And then they got the tongs, and I guess I'll just put it there by the handle, or well, you can actually store it in the smoker cap here. That's probably not the best idea. Maybe you just kind of put them in the grill area, and that'll help keep the grill open. Sorry, I lost focus. I don't have three hands. Alright, so that's pretty neat. Not a bad start. The next one is Dogmon with a guitar. And so same camping hat, same logo, just different color. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of a paint run here. But again, the separation with the shirt in the bottom part is very good, because I think the body is actually three pieces. But the lower one of this one actually has purple on it. So this dog has a skirt on it, it looks like, but exposed butt. Even the back side of the guitar has some line work on there. So that's interesting. And yeah, you got the frets. I think they're called frets. The adjusters. Oh boy, those are really thin. be mindful of that. You could easily break those off, I think, these little adjusters for the wires. So it's really intricate, this one. Very cool. Alright, so same old log action. I'm going to just sit this character down. It's going to lean forward a little bit. Actually, with this one you can find a balance point where its feet are off the ground. Yeah, right now the feet of Dogmon are not touching the ground. So you can get some slight different posing. And it seems like this person has a gas-operated lantern, and it's got black to turn it on. The thing has feet and a face, and then again the handle's really, you know, thin, and I feel it's rigid plastic. It's not. It would have been cool if it was just a steel wire. That would have been even better. But yeah, it doesn't want to fold down, so be careful of that. Just hollow it out here to save on plastic. That's fine by me. And so, not bad, not bad. Okay. Boy, I guess the next one here is Redmon. We got the log again. So Redmon itself is drinking a lager, okay? And has a pink skirt on, long sleeves, black, and this like beanie kind of hat. Alright. Kind of a gap here though, but it's not so bad because the shirt is black. It's not so noticeable. Especially, you know, it would be cool if you could remove the hats and then swap them to other figures, right? But no, it's glued in place. If the hat, I'm pretty sure underneath this, the hat has a peg and it's a hole going into the body. So I think it would be nice for playability if you could not glue those in place, SML. Alright, so just a standard Redmon. And he comes with another lager. So it's got a little red cap. So 2 beers. 2 beers in. And this is a really, really cool cooler. The feet, the face, the handle again is a little sketchy in this thing. I don't think this opens. I don't see any physical, I don't have an indication of a break there. So this is one solid piece of plastic, but the bottom is a separate. So don't try to open that. But these latches are really nice. I think they're separate pieces because the separation is so good. They look a little gappy as well from the cooler. Very cool. Literally. Okay, next one here. What do we have? We have Tanmon, which is very similar to Sausagemon. No, I'm sorry. Very similar to Redmon in the body, but it's just tan. So warming his hands or her hands. A flat baseball cap now. And like there's a pinstripe going from the shirt into the pants. That's interesting. And there's actually a separate darker tan for the bottom. So I think the arms and the legs and bottom are darker tan than the head and the butt. Or maybe this is a skirt again. And then there's like an off-white here for the sleeves. And that's, I guess, it's not quite the same as this triangle, but it's nice to have some different color variations. Let's get the log out here. It's interesting that the log doesn't have legs and a face. So this one has looks like one of those canister stoves, if I could focus on it. And I think it says Monster on the side, yeah. Here's the on-off little valve, and it's got feet, and it's got a little face printed on the actual cooking pot. And yeah, the pot has a handle as well. So again, rigid plastic, be careful, I think that could break. And unfortunately, the lid does not come off. So yeah, lost opportunity of playability there. Nope. Being top heavy, it's gonna fall easily. Alright, I'm gonna just screw up the order totally now. We have a Yellowmon, just a yellow sphere really, and it's got this flat baseball cap, and it's holding a cup of nothing apparently. I thought it'd be cool if it was brown in there for some coffee. It seems to have a black and blue shirt on, and then yeah, it's interesting. This hand is just, arm is just hanging because the body shape itself. Well, this one obviously is up and holding the thing. So let's put this on there. And then this character comes with a little drink cooler with the face and no legs, but a pee-pee, right? One of those ice drains or water drains. And then the thing is glued on here, and this handle is rigid again, so I don't think you want to fold that down. and as much as I want to open that up, it is glued together. So, alright. Let's move to Mintmon. I thought this is Bulkymon, but it's Mintmon. It's bulky, like Bulkymon. It has the same face as a Bulkymon, but it's Mintmon. So now we have a brown and tan and an off-white shirt. It's warming its hands. It's got the beanie kind of hat, or pyramid kind of cone, traffic cone hat, I guess. And then a good separation again. Alright. I think it'd be cool if they had like a sweater pattern, like one of those old like Christmas checkerboard sweater patterns. And I think because this character is so big, it doesn't come with anything else other than probably a log. I've already seemed to have... Oh wait, no, it does. It rolled forward. So if you don't know, you can just look at the sticker. And the sticker shows there's a log with an axe in it. And so there it is. So this log is somewhat familiar from the Sittings series, which I think is one of those illegal series. But it's got legs in its face, and it's got an axe in its head, and it's got 5 years of rings going on. And they're not concentric, they're staggered, which I think is kind of neat. I'll hollow it out down there, that's fine. So he's kind of like a lumberjack. Okay, next one. It looks pretty delicate. This is the standard bird bond, so a green. And it's got a cooking stove and tripod. So let's get the log out. Definitely green for sure, and then a dark green shirt. And it's got a red zippered pocket. The zipper is red. The SML logo, and it's got one of these boy, what are these called? Aviator hats, like a winter aviator hat or something, like, not to sound racist, but someone from Russia would wear. So I don't know what they're called though, but a flap hat. I'm gonna go with that. It looks like this is a lighter tan here than up there, so that's interesting. Again, color separation is physical breaks here. And yeah, it has wings, no actual arms, being a bird. Really pointy nose, and I think again that nose is a separate piece because I can see a gap right here. And that's fine by me, whatever gets the toy to look nicer. Okay, so put that there. Now this is nice because it literally has a chain, a metal chain it looks like. You know, this tripod. It's really crazy that they would ship this. It seems like it would break in shipping alone. But apparently it's fine. It showed up fine, not broken. Alright, now this stove, no, yeah, again, I want to move the handles, but they will not move. It's nicely detailed. It's interesting it doesn't have feet or a face. So let's get that on this metal hook. Come on, get both handles. Right, very neat. Alright. Okay, I think we can move this one here. And so we have Longmon. Now this one looks like Sausagemon. It's just that it's yellow, and the hands are now warming by the fire. It's got the traffic cone hat. It's got a maroon and a dark brown set of clothes. This one has sleeves. I don't know what's going on with that paint. Or actually that's a mold line. I can feel it. It's raised. So maybe it wasn't sanded down properly. And yeah, again, I want to remove the hat, but no. There's a seam line in the legs. It's a little bit noticeable. Oh well. Now this one actually doesn't have a log because it comes with a chair. So let's look at the chair. So it's one of these, camping chairs with the frame you bungee cord together. And it says Monax. So there must be some sort of camping brand that sounds similar to Axe. I don't know what. Can you guys leave a comment what brand you think this is trying to make fun of or duplicate? It's not North Face. It's not Patagonia. Well, what's kind of weird is right now this chair is really wide for this character, and I think the reason why is they probably made this wide enough to fit all the characters, but maybe this one shouldn't have come with this chair then. It's just like it's too narrow. Let me just see what happens if we put in the spherical. Now Sphere Boy here, Yellowmon, fits pretty well, but the hand is kind of messing up the evenness of its ability to sit. But let's try Mint Mon. Well, you know what? This actually is a little bit too big. I was thinking it was designed for this. Well, I guess it is probably the best fit with the legs kind of in the down position. So I feel like this chair should have come with this character. But luckily if you collect enough of them, you can mix and match the things around. So, or, no, I was wondering if you could put it this way. But no, you cannot. I see. So what's going on here? It's going to be hard to see at this angle, but again, the lip of this chair is so low, and the reason why is because you can lean the character there, like that. It's leaning forward in the chair. So that was designed pretty well, I guess. And then it also comes with one of these little folding tables or one of these bungee cord tables. Not much to it, really. Okay. And we might as well go with the next chair one, which is a blue Mon. So this has the body of a red Mon. And yeah, so we just have a purple, full purple bottom, blue body, a black shirt with white accents, this like camping hat with like a gray logo and a black brim. All right. And so this chair is same mold, but now it's a silver frame. So definitely some reuse of parts there, that's the only case of reuse it looks like. Seems a shame that they didn't make a different set of equipment for it. Okay, so now we got Big Mon. Big Mon has a purple body and this kind of like gritted teeth look, and so it looks like it's sleeping. The horns are nice. And now this has a different hat. This actually looks like an old World War I helmet or something like that. Or maybe like a fedora, right? To me it looks like a World War I helmet. Got a dark green shirt with white and gray and red accents and a black stripe running around. There's a big line right here. I don't know why. It's part of the molding process. It's on both sides. At least it's symmetric, so I guess that's fine. And it's supposed to hold this thing here. Hold on, let me get it on its log. So we have a stick with a marshmallow. Or it's going to play a giant gong. But I'm pretty sure it's a marshmallow on a stick. Alright, so that's one accessory, but it also has this one. Got the face and legs. It's basically like a travel canteen of some sort. You know, maybe some food in there. Maybe that's like a belt hook or something. But again, the handle is quite rigid and it doesn't want to spin. Yeah. Alrighty. And we already talked about Birdmon, so I'm going to just put Birdmon over here. And so the last one is Earthmon. We got the log. And so it literally has an earth printed on its body in a geometric kind of style. But all the continents seem to be there. But none in the back, which I don't know if that's good or not. You know, I guess you probably won't display it backwards, but if you do, it just literally is a blue ball with a war helmet on it. So I kind of feel like maybe the whole Earth should have been bigger and wrapping around the whole thing. Granted, that would probably require 2 or 3 print processes. Alright, well, it's warming its hands. And interesting that the sphere is cut vertically like that. I guess that makes sense though, because you want to see this all smooth. Sometimes I think maybe the earlier ones are split in horizontally instead of vertically. Not so important. And then this looks like probably the coolest accessory, or the biggest. It's a crazy backpack. And so it's got a face up here on this roll. Maybe that's the sleeping bag. And then the blue has the black accents here, but unfortunately no printing right there. I feel like there should be SML printed there. It's asking for a brand. And then we have one of those little foam mattress pads, and then some side pockets. But you have the frame, it's painted silver, and it's going actually through this little webbing or whatnot. The shoulder straps there, and then a hip strap. So, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's another case of a strange accessory, because you instinctively want to try it with the figure, but this is clearly too big of a figure for this backpack. The question is, will it fit anything else? Well, see, that's a little bit big. I guess your best bet would be like a long mon or a sausage mon. Or maybe dog. Let's try dog. I think dog might be too wide. Yeah, dog's too wide. Bird. Yeah, unfortunately the tail of the bird. Well, you know, actually I would say the bird is probably the best, because with some, you can kind of see it above the bird, you know. I think if you use some poster putty, that would be the best way to mount that thing if you wanted to do that. Okay, well, alright, so yeah, I think poster putty is going to really help you, you know, keep these things from falling over like they have in this video already so many times. Let me set up a scene here. So I didn't even realize before that you can actually put the tongs right into the sausage bonds guy's hand, so that works a lot better. I'm using poster mount putty to mount these because the stuff doesn't seem to peel paint, it never hardens, it's reusable, it's really safe for figures from my experience. And so I've mixed and matched the chairs. I prefer these bigger guys to be sitting in these chairs, so, and then I put some of the small things on the tables. So this is my camp scene, and in case you haven't figured it out, that's the secret chase. It's literally a fire with a face and legs. It's really cool. And it's unlikely I'll be able to ever get one at a cheap price, so it may never happen. So I think this is a good subject matter for this particular wave. Really cool accessories. Only the double use of these chairs was the only part sharing that I saw. Everything else seems to have a unique accessory. But it does lead to the question if these are a good deal. These cost significantly more than any other wave of SMLs that I've purchased. It's like almost 20-30% more. And comparing to other designer toys, these might be overpriced, I think. The same Z Shark series that I reviewed cost less than half of these, and they came with more plastic. So, yeah, SML's kind of raking in the dough. And it leads to another question, if you guys want to leave comments. What would the next subject be for the next wave of these figures? Maybe racing? Race car drivers, or racing motorcyclists, or the safety crew that works at a race field? Or what about like emergency rescue? Doctors, ambulance drivers, paramedics, mountain rescue, sea rescue. That might be interesting. Anyways, I'm sure they might be able to get some ideas in the off chance that they actually see these videos. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next SML vid.